God not only said to watch for these signs, but he told us that he would reveal what is coming through his prophets. Now listen to this. We have multiple prophets that are saying that 2016, it's not going to be life as usual in America. Everything is going to be turned upside down. Well, if God is telling his prophets that certain events are not going to happen, that life is going to go to a state of martial law and all of these things, then the question I have is that if God said, watch for these signs that ye be not caught unaware,
Yes.
and the words of the prophets, if we go through this next year and nothing happens, why did God tell us to watch? And it would literally mean that God is teasing us through his prophets, and God doesn't do that.
That's right. Well, what would the blood moons mean then? Are the blood moons signs? I mean, they're pretty big.
Absolutely.
How big is the moon? Anybody know the size of the moon? You know, it's bigger than a billboard. Bigger than a...
Well, some people say it's God's billboard.
Yeah. And he turns the moon red, and he gives us warnings. He said, I'm going to give the signs. The moon will be turned to, and it's color red. The color of blood, it says in the Bible, if you study it. And so right now, we have this is perhaps the last time we're going to have a tetrad, right?
Yeah, well, you know, Jim, I emailed you.
For a long time.
Yeah, I emailed you a week or two ago.
Scare the daylights out of me, John.
I had a couple of emails, and there was some scary stuff in there. But I emailed Jim, and I told him, Jim, I am all in that things are coming down this fall. In fact, I said, I am so convinced that I am willing to put my head on the chopping block and pronounce what I see coming, because I do not want to be guilty of not giving the warning to God's people that things are coming down. Well, you know what I told Jim? I said, Jim, this is the last time in over 400 years that we're going to have a tetrad of 4 blood moons on Jewish holy days. It'll be 400 years before this happens again. It'll be 50 years before we have another year of Jubilee that we're entering into in 2016. This is going to be the last time for 7 years where we're having the Shemitah cycle. And it's like, this is not just the Shemitah cycle, this is the 7th Shemitah cycle, which is significant. This is the most perfect timing for leadership in our government to sell America out and to lead us into the Great Tribulation. That might never happen again. Everything is converging now.
Line. The president of Turkey and the prime minister of Turkey just made this declaration to the entire Islamic world. We will gather together Kurds and Arabs and all of the Muslim world and invade Jerusalem and create a one world Islamic empire. That's a headline. If that isn't last day rhetoric, I don't know what last day rhetoric is. One world. And here they are saying, you know, it used to be if somebody gave an intention of going to destroy somebody, that was an act of a declaration of war.
That's right.
But our country just keeps ignoring all these threats. Did you notice that? And we say, oh, these are friendly people. How can they be friendly people when they said that we will invade Jerusalem? We are there, folks.
Well,
doesn't that make you realize that maybe your timing that God has given you in this book, 2012 to 2012, that maybe your timing is closer to being right on than you've ever thought?
we're not even into the middle of my window until 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And if people can't see that we're there, that we're in the window, then they've got blinders on.
So they need to get prepared now.
Absolutely.